Hello, lovely learners in Learning Land. Tyler from tenthumbsproductions. New ukulele every single Wednesday and Saturday. Subscribe if you like this kind of content. Printable tabs by becoming a Patreon. Links in the notes and the description. Link to this tab pinned in the first comment of the comment section. Tabs for all the tutorials, including the previous ones. Email in the description if you want some one-on-one lessons. But let's break down this lesson. Grab your ukulele brain attention span, and let's talk about the 2 things you need to transform the minor pentatonic into a full-blown blues powerhouse. Let's do it. There are 2 things that you can do to your A minor pentatonic scale, 2 little notes that you can add to it to totally transform it from just a minor pentatonic to a total blues powerhouse. So there's going to be some lingo and some stuff in this lesson that you're going to need to know. So let's go through the lingo and that kind of stuff first. We're in the key of A7, but I'm also going to refer to these ideas as intervals and Roman numerals so you can know how to apply these ideas to other keys. The structure of a blues in A7 is 3 chords, the A7, the D7, and the E7. You can also refer to these as your 1 chord, 4 chord, and 5 chord. All right? Now, the structure of the blues traditionally is 4 bars on your 1 chord, or 4 A7. The middle 4 is 2 on the 4 chord, and then 2 measures on the 1 chord, meaning 2 on the D7, and then 2 on the A7. And the turnaround is 1 on the 5 chord, 1 on the 4 chord, 1 on the 1 chord, 1 on the 5 chord. 5, 4, 1, 5. That's important because you're going to hear me refer to this as the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. The scale for soloing over a blues in A is the minor pentatonic. So minor pentatonic shape 1, O2, O3, O3. Minor pentatonic shape 2, 2, 4, 3, 5, 3, 5. Now, there are 3 more shapes. You should know them, but we are going to work primarily in these 2 shapes. The first thing you do to your minor pentatonic to make it a blues powerhouse or a blues scale, and technically, this note is not even in the blues scale. This is mixing major and minor. Your A7 chord or your 1 chord has a C sharp note in it. In this chord, that is what's known as a major third interval. Our minor pentatonic scale has a C note. That is what's known as a minor third interval. If I play the C note over the A7, you're going to hear these notes together. They don't sound good at all. That is very dissonant. This is more resolved, okay? So knowing that this note here on the 4th fret is a chord tone of A, and this is not, we can use that information to our advantage. 2 things. One is called a blues curl, and that's just a little baby bend you do that implies the C sharp. You're not bending all the way up to a C sharp. You're just giving it the tiniest of bends to imply that C sharp. And that's what's known as a blues curl. I did a video on blues curls. Check it out. I'll also include that link in the related links in the description of this video. But I want to give you a lick that is more pronounced. And it sounds like this. This is also an A7 chord, by the way. Open G string, 4th fret of the E, 4th fret of the C, 5th of the E, 4th of the A. Take the G chord, move it up 2 frets, include the G string, and you have a really cool A7. So our lick, we're going to start in shape 1, slide from 2 to 4, into shape 2, 3, 5, and we're going to hammer 3 to 4 here. Back to the 5th fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. When I resolve that lick, what I'm doing is I'm keeping my ring finger down, making that chord, and then I'm going down, up, down. Let's look at the lick. I'm using my middle finger, index, ring, index, hammer on with my middle finger, and then the ring to the A. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, just up to there. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1. More eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1. 1 and 2 and 3. Whoops. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1. Down, up, down. I know this cloud is making it a little harder to see than I would like. Sorry about that. One and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 4. Remember this lick you can only do over the 1 chord, because this trick from the C to the C sharp or from the minor to major third works over the 1 chord in your blues and the 5, but not the 4. So when you're getting confident, practice it over just the 1, meaning if you are playing in the key of A, practice it just over the A7 chord. Let's say hypothetically you're playing a blues in C. That makes the C the 1 chord, and you would only do this trick over the C chord, okay? Now, headed to the D7. And let me see if I can actually make it a little brighter on this camera real quick. Poof. Hopefully it doesn't get too bright when this cloud moves. Okay, so the other trick is this note here. If we look at shape 1, O2, O5, or O2, O3, O3, to make that a blues scale, it's O2, 3, O3, O3. And one trick to know, this is an E flat note, one trick to find the flat fifth in any key is it's the note right between the 4 and the 5 chord. D7 is our 4, E7 is our 5, E, D, or E note, D note, right in between we have this flat fifth. So in any key you're in, identify the 4 and the 5 chord, and it's the note right in between those two chords. Flat fifth. In the key of A, we can find this at a couple places on the fretboard. Right here, O2, 3. And if you're going from shape 2 or 1 to 2, it's O2, 3, 4. The other place we find it is here. At the end of shape 2, into shape 3, 5, 6, 7. We also see it right here on the G string, 7, 8, 9. We also see it way up here on the E string, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so let's look at a lick where we can get it involved. So we're going to do a lick like we're going from our 1 chord to our 4 chord in the key of A again. That was D1, A7 to D7. Slide 2 to 4 with your middle finger. I love this spot again where these two shapes connect. 3, 5. Back to the 4th fret with your middle finger. 3rd fret of the E string with your index. 4th fret with your middle finger. 3, 2. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1. 1. We're going to make that D7 and do the same down, up, down. Okay? Any way you want, just remember it's a passing tone. I think a big rainstorm is coming on its way. So let's try to wrap this up. It's a passing tone. You never want to land on that flat fifth. You only want to go through it. And I did another tutorial called the blues scale that really focused on just this. I'll link that and in the description as well. Except to become a full-blown blues powerhouse, it's both the flat fifth and that minor major connection right there. So passing tone means you never want to land on it and sit on it, but you can just go through it, and that can be any way you want. You can hammer on, you can slide, you can pull off, you can bend. It's a little harder right here than it would be like down there. Any way you want. And also, if you go down to it, you're not committed to go through it. You can pass through it and go right back up, or you can pass through it and go right back down. Okay. Just for some context, check out when I put all this stuff together, what it would sound like. Really, really tasty. Two things, minor and major third, playing on those two over the one chord, and then adding that flat fifth as a passing tone, and that'll take that regular old minor pentatonic and make it a full-blown Venice Beach, Muscle Man, Super Duper, Mighty Mouse, Avenger League, Justice League, Aquaman, blues powerhouse. Enjoy it.